your idea is to go through server room,
Up top.
and then you're gonna go from server room to get a wall and get a pick. I believe is what the initial plan was.
Alright, let's go.
So
Maybe running bunker.
this was against Kraken, if I'm correct.
Figure it out.
Yep.
They have a shit ton of teams, don't they?
I'm gonna go left.
So you
That's what you said,
staging.
Stay together, sir.
There's a Ryan right here.
Ooh, so
Ryan,
double
Ryan,
dipped in
Ryan,
the back.
Ryan,
Yeah, great camera work here by me, I know.
So you got a charge. You landed a charge on the Ryan. Ryan died. That should be a free flight win.
Got her,
Okay, so right
You
there.
guys dead?
You now know there's a
Back
Hanzo.
up, back up, back up. Play tight, move to point, rotate.
Get point.
Waker died to the Hanzo.
Hanzo won.
So this is a one fight. There's no way you lose this fight. Unless you do, and I just forget. But I'm pretty sure you win this fight.
Back. Jump left.
So you land another retarded charge. You do the good jump back.
I'm dead here. Maybe.
One thing I will say is comms right here. Comms during this first segment were very clean, very on point, to be fair. That's getting better.
Call it a target.
No, you're good.
Yep.
Reminding to call targets.
Diva.
Big shot. Do you want to shield up?
We got point. Hanzo got all.
Okay, so you stalled for time here at this point because you're losing.
Oh, again, Hanzo won.
Back.
Hanzo won.
He's one. Have to win.
Deanna, get the Anna. Get the
Oh
healers.
my
The
God,
healers
fuck.
are right there. The healers are overextended.
Sombra half. Ryan's back.
Healers are dead.
Okay, so there, from this point on, they are capping point, and you're backing off.
Yeah,
So Jacoby gets a charge
Percentage go.
We're getting the percentage.
right there. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Coco. But once they cap point, you come out right there, and with Bubble, you try to go touch point, even though they've already capped.
Alright, that's good. We're good now.
Die, and then
Tesla's
unfortunately
carrying them
reset.
so
Okay,
hard.
so yeah, he's carrying.
So there,
the
I would just
we got
say-
again.
You had the right idea of stalling. You had the right idea of stalling, and trying to get more percentage. But at a certain point in time, it just becomes overdone staggering.
Yeah.
So, so in that situation, it would probably just be better if the people on point, if you get to point and there's at least one other person there with you, it's fine. You know, you can keep that going. But once it gets to one person and that person dies and it's no one else on point, you should not be going in to try and continue the stall. That fight's over. You should
Call out when
figure out how to reset.
What?
Awaker dies
back up.
here. Where were
Wait,
you
back up.
standing,
All the way
Awaker?
up. He's a good.
We got it again. This is the same as last time.
I think.
Call out when the.
What? What?
Yeah.
Do you know
Yeah.
where you were standing, Awaker?
I'm pretty. Am I muted?
No,
No, you're not.
you're just very
Yeah,
quiet.
I'm pretty
for me.
sure I was
Where'd you
literally
go?
like at the spawn door.
Oh, did he shoot it through? Oh, hold up.
Yes.
Wait.
That sounds.
Ryan's
I
back.
think he was on that
Healers are
right
dead.
side
Tesla's
on the
carrying them
balcony.
so
Okay,
hard.
so yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he was,
carrying
he was,
them
he
so
was.
hard. So we got it again. This is the same as
So
last time.
Awaker,
Call out when the.
Here.
What? What?
Yeah.
Back up. Wait,
Back
everyone
up.
wait.
Back all the way up. He's a good shot. Like
yeah. So here,
But he
when
didn't
you
have
know they have a
wallbacks either.
Hanzo who's
He's a good
spamming
He
main,
literally.
the only person who should be going for poke damage are the tanks and people who can survive a one-shot
He
on
just-
Hanzo.
He's a diamond player.
He's on the right.
player. He's a good shot.
So we gotta know where he is at all times.
He's on the right outside. He's on the right outside.
So Sombra's
Alright,
doing
ready?
a little
Spawn.
cheeky business here.
Okay, I'm good. I made it out.
Okay.
Fine.
Hanzo ult.
Are
Can't.
you aware,
Wait,
at this
Yeah.
point, do you think you guys were aware
Sorry.
that there was a
Oh,
Sombra
that was
Okay.
battle?
back.
No.
No, we're not. Just pick for roll charge. Not one bitch.
I'm trying.
Remember, their Moira is literally like 1,000 SR just bullying.
No, yeah, but we have to have
Jacoby,
a
can
Hanzo though.
can you hold your shield up just so
Yeah,
that we don't?
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Good block.
Get
okay.
me in there. Get me to the Hanzo.
Maybe we can push on B here.
I'm asleep behind.
So
by the way.
Sombra just
Yeah,
comes
Ryan
in
I'll
the
save it
influence,
for. That'd be
Ryan,
Yeah.
and you lose this.
I mean, play walls.
I'm dead.
It's okay.
I'll just boot back. Healers are dead though.
Like I said, when it comes down to the wire where it's a disorganized fight, you
watch right
somehow
now, right?
seem to win every single
Oh my
time.
god,
We
Hanzo
really suck against Hanzos, eh?
Back up.
So I believe you actually take
Alright,
this
what we
last
can do
fight
here,
when
we
you're
can either run
99.
dive because
We
we actually
do.
don't have the Reaper.
That Hanzo's
We
gonna
gotta
push
figure out what
you.
we're gonna do with
We
the
got
Hanzo.
grab now,
You should,
so
yeah.
Yeah, I got.
let's just use it. doesn't work.
I'm gonna use it as soon as we get in here.
No.
Oh,
Get out of the
no
middle.
bubble.
Oh,
Where's the
he
shatter?
wasted
Where's the shatter?
shatter.
And then this is nano.
You
Jump
pop.
that finger.
You pop 2 ults.
Sorry,
here.
We need to get the
Push
point. We need to get the point. Hanzo's
Right
dead.
one.
I'm hacked.
And then you win this fight and take it back.
Anna's by herself on the
Yep,
right.
we gotta make it a point.
Anna. Sombra. Nice.
Yeah, so this actually is
I'm
going
going up
pretty
top.
well. I
You
think
guys
the
are
only
below.
the biggest
Yeah,
issue
I'm
that I
below.
saw out of this
Okay.
entire
Yeah.
round
He
was
was pushing up. He was
the
pushing up.
staggering
Tell me when
issue.
they get close, and I'll grab
But
right in
even
the
then,
door.
it was recovered.
Somebody's
so it's
coming this
not
way
that big
from
of a
white.
problem.
Couldn't quite see who it is.
One thing I will say
They're following me up
later
here.
I'm about
is
to
about
grab as soon as they
strategies
walk
you
in.
guys
I don't.
do.
I
Auto
don't.
no nade.
That's for later though.
Let me go for shatter.
Hanzo's one.
Yeah.
Hanzo's one left.
Good, push it.
Got him.
I'm hacked. No nade.
Even in. I'm watching shatter. Oh god.
I was on the
bud.
wall.
I know, it's okay. I need healing. Okay.
You grabbing? Or.
I mean,
Blizzard.
We have to do it now. You have to do it now. They're at 99. You have to do something.
Moira won. Moira won.
You can win this.
Moira
you can
still
win
won.
this.
Moira literally won.
Grab.
I'm
Moira
hacked.
still
I'm
won
hacked.
in the back. Turn around. Just shoot her with the ice.
Switch
She's
to McCree.
won.
He switched to McCree.
Okay, so people in this I don't know who it was. But somebody was shouting for Grav.
That was me.
Okay. One thing I will say, 9 times out of 10, the reason why Zari's not grabbing is because there's not enough people or they're too spread out. So
Oh, yeah.
calling it that many times becomes almost redundant because Zari's will always be looking for
Fire
Grav.
strikes
So
in?
you just need to say it maybe 3 times tops. And then,
Okay.
because she actually,
Do it, do
Coco
it,
actually
do
got
it,
a
do it.
4-man grab.
That's Wally.
I'm hacked.
Shatter,
I'm hacked.
Stop,
let's look for
stop.
shatter. Look for shatter.
Summer's up top.
So,
I'm asleep.
I
I
got
wasn't
Blizzard.
exactly there. I was still trying
Oh,
to get
I'm
there.
hacked
So.
though.
She got my.
Pass it. Pass it.
Anna won. Got her.
We're 99 here. Ryan's coming back.
I'm coming back.
I
Oh, fuck.
unlucky.
big
Alright, they're frozen.
Here, I don't know what that Ryan was
On the
doing,
road,
to
on
be
the-
fair.
on the
He
run.
was just kind of
Yes.
jumping.
Protect Lucia.
We're fine.
Push up.
One of their players
Come on,
had
come on.
taken an
Nice.
edible before this match. I know that
Yeah,
we
one of them
did
did.
that, and we were trying to spend the whole time figuring it out, and I always thought it was their Rhine.
It was the diva.
It
It was the diva.
If the Rhine did some questionable things, though, not gonna lie.
So does the Anna.
Because if we rewind like 2 seconds, not even,
Ryan.
the Ryan legit got
We're
caught
down here.
in this ult,
Ryan's
in
coming back.
May's ult, and just kind of jumped.
Coming
Just
back,
watch what the
coming back.
Reinhardt
I know.
does.
He doesn't
Oh,
do anything.
fuck.
He just sits there.
He
and
just
he's
jumps.
They're frozen.
On road.
It's like, what are you doing?
Nice.
I mean,
He
to be
also-
fair,
Push up.
the Moira
To be
is
fair, that's
far
how I
worse.
feel whenever I get caught in that hole.
Yeah.
So
He
also, one thing you should know about this team is so I don't know what you were talking about the Krakens, but this is like a team that I just know from Scrub Cup when I did that, and like we wanted to do some kind of scrim, and these guys were just willing to play with us. So like this
These guys
isn't
are
like
actually in the Rose League, by the way. We
Are
played
they?
against.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we played against them. RF
Oh
Kraken.
wow. But
We
I don't
destroyed
think-
them.
No,
They
this
had
is
like a lot
Kraken
of subs,
Skulls.
to be fair. Dolphin
Yeah.
and Tesla were not really supposed to be there, I bet.
neither was
Well,
Zero.
yeah, those were the only 2 players that actually, because they did a whole upheaval, and they completely just got rid of like almost all of their players and just like redid their entire team because people weren't showing up. So they went from a diamond team to a gold team, I believe.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I remember because we played them and we 4-0'd them, and they had a terrible season.
Their current Moira player had a less than 500 SR ago.
What?
Yeah, they peaked at less than 500.
Yeah, that
Are
Moira
you
was not.
shitting me?
Like the current
No,
one.
we're not kidding. We're not kidding.
For one of those
If I
seasons,
remember, like the actual peak
Don't
over
let 'em
like
on.
every
Nice.
season they played,
Nice.
a
Nice
1,000.
recovery.
Oh my
drink.
lord.
it was a pretty one-sided.
Oh my god.
Not gonna lie.
And then they also had diamond players, so I was like,
Yeah,
eh.
they picked up Bad Brad.
What we got?
Yeah.
Again, as soon as we see wherever
So here,
Tesla's playing,
I believe. Fuck me. God damn it.
How dare you, Aftershock.
Fix your internet.
let's chit chat.
I believe
I'm
It's
going
a-
to
these guys actually are continuing to be in the Rose Cup. So one thing I will let you guys know aware of, your strategy on this map is very clean and very well practiced. Everyone knows what they're supposed to do, and we all know where it's supposed to go. And it works because everyone knows what they're supposed to do. So you don't necessarily need to practice it every time, because with strategies, you learn strategies from other teams and from, just people who are like, what if we tried this? So using this strategy against these guys, and
Be on
I
top.
personally
Raise
used
the
to know
window
their
up at
captain.
that point.
When you
Yep.
when you practice something so many times to where it's so seamless,
Let's
it
go.
gets to a point where you don't need to practice it anymore, and it gets to the point where other teams know your strategy and either try
They're probably
to
gonna have to
mirror
lose
it
as well, so-
or try
They have a widow, they have a
to
widow, they have a widow.
And she's
find
good
ways
as
to
well.
counter it.
Is that on point?
So once you
Okay,
use
so
it
that's what I mean.
here,
Make sure
Fuck her
to
up.
use shield cover.
I will say just be a little wary, especially when we're scrimming people who are going to be playing in our league. I don't know for a fact if they will be this season. I know they did last season, but just be weary whenever you're not.
Okay,
Whenever
okay,
you're in a
okay.
scrim, it's good
Goes
to
left,
practice
goes left,
strategies
goes
that
left,
aren't
behind
like
the
very well.
Where's she
Like,
at? Where's she at?
they're not
She's
at
left
that
in the
point
back.
where you can
Left
just
side,
pull them out of your
shield.
ass whenever.
Left main.
Ryan,
That was an insane hook, by the way.
Nice.
That was a really good
Nice
hook.
punish.
Protect Lucio.
Yeah, just be aware
Make sure
that
you stay behind the shield.
other teams are watching.
Yeah, we don't have resources to push here. We don't have another healer.
Alright, I'm back. I'm back.
One thing
Ryan
I do
hooks up
also
in
want
2
to mention
seconds.
is that we were trying out a different type of comm structure out. So one thing we were trying to experiment with was having like this. The two terms we were using were like target caller and shot caller. So like target caller was kind of typically the main tank who would kind of decide, who do we engage on in any given fight, whereas the shot caller was kind of more responsible between every fight to kind of help figure out like what the general plays are going to be for the next fight and stuff like that, or what ultimates we should be using. We've been trying to like kind of take on that comm structure, like kind of loosely.
So
I don't think
have
we
so
actually
you
took
have
that for this
a
match, though.
you have a shot caller and then you have a
Target.
Yeah,
strategist.
like a
Or you
shot
have a
caller.
target
Was
caller
like
and
the strategist is the shot caller, and the like target caller is like deciding who we engage on in every fight, like at any
Okay.
given moment.
That's
Loosely.
actually good.
Like,
That's
that's
Yeah.
well,
it's-
yeah. If you have a
I don't think we did this for this match at all.
No, you'll see it more pronounced in the future, but definitely, like to Kobe, you can definitely hear his like target calling like crazy. Like he's specifying like who exactly we're going for.
yeah.
I'm gonna just pull
Watch-
randomly
watch.
down main.
So
Okay.
okay, it's good. Not okay. Yeah, I got
watch,
you.
watch that right, Lucio.
That's what I'm
My
doing.
bad, my bad.
It's okay, I'll tell you. Good.
What was
Oh,
that?
wait,
main?
Oh, that
Left
widow
main, left main.
wishes. She keeps
Ryan's-
speaking that left.
No, she's at top. Oh, no.
Use the shield as well as you can.
Yeah, player
If you
up.
guys could
left,
step a
move on the
little further back and let me get in the front so I can actually
Oh,
aim
whenever
it.
you can.
I can't right now. 3
So
seconds.
Waker, in that situation, instead of trying to get into the center of the shield, get to one of the sides or get at a weird angle where you can still use
Well,
the
I knew-
shield.
I knew that Tesla, like, diamond. I didn't.
You didn't want to
Cutting
test
out.
it.
He was main.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is when like you can still stand behind the shield. I'm not saying don't get away from the shield because that's a dumb idea, especially against a widow. But if you have to say like, "Hey, give me some space. I can't see," in that situation, you need to try whatever you possibly can to get out of the way of your tanks. Because your Orisa, her job is to stand with her shield. That's kind of her like thing. She doesn't really branch far from her shield. So if anything, when you're looking at an Orisa shield, Orisa's normally going to stand in the middle and just kind of rotate on an axis and just look back and forth from the shield. She's not really going to be moving. So if you stand next to her or like at the corner of the shield, you can still use it, or like even crouch to where it starts coming down and just use that tiny little bit so your hitbox isn't seen. You can find
Shield.
ways to
No
solve
shield,
that
3
because
seconds.
Nice.
players aren't going to be able to be like, they're not going to be able to adjust to that kind of thing. When you say like back up so I can look, that can either mean to Coco, that could mean like move the shield farther back, or like, so I would say just make it. It's kind of a hard thing to do in the middle of the
Sorry,
game.
one.
Left side.
It's not.
Mercy, mercy,
Mercy
mercy.
one.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Widow
Ryan?
main, Widow main.
Look at us immediately shield dancing or wall dancing here.
Widow's still
That was
main.
good.
That was
Keeps
Where
very
are you?
good.
Right middle? Okay, I'm going
I think the ult
Which
usage
is-
there was actually super good because I died and there was no shield, and then
The wall
Grant
went up
popped the wall.
immediately.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to touch on, was the fact that you rotated shields from Coco straight over to Grant immediately and almost seamlessly. Whether it was intentional or not, it was a really good fucking play.
Coming back with the shield.
Nice.
Nice, Grant.
Huge pops.
Lucio, can you go pick up the slow ones?
Sure.
I think I'm
The,
back. I think
the,
I'm the only
the
one.
slow ones.
Okay.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
Oh
basically
wait,
back.
McCree.
I'm
I mean,
basically
Arista's
back. I'm fine.
Kind of hefty.
I am the hefty boy.
They have Pharah.
Yep.
Alright, I'm gonna orb
For
her as
Mercy?
soon as I see her.
There's no widows. No more widow. No more widow.
Guys, just make sure.
Genji
you're
right, Genji
still
right,
lit.
Genji right.
I'm orbing the Genji.
Oh, rip.
Oh, Destin.
Deflect killed me.
What do we have here? What they,
Ryan charging in.
I'm dead here. I'm dead.
Ryan, focus Ryan, focus Ryan, focus Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm off. Ryan,
Zarya low.
Stall if you can. Stall if you can.
Still got my
Here.
turrets.
Maybe
There, we really couldn't decide a target.
Alright. Yep.
Yeah, you
No
probably
more.
shouldn't have popped that ult either, to be
I
fair.
feel like the reason we lost that fight was because like we were all going for
We
different
can be
targets.
pushed
I don't
in
know.
with the.
Yeah, you were
subject.
very split up between the fact that you had a Pharah pressuring and you have the only person who can really deal with the Pharah is Awaker and maybe Mad if she gets close enough, but that just is split between.
Let me
Sorry?
ask you how useful this is. Me and Takobi have been doing kind of a lot, trying to orb and pull the Pharah, and it seems to work pretty well, but we're using 2 cooldowns on her, and I'm not sure if it's really worth it. Like a lot of the time.
Yes, it is extremely worth it.
Okay.
If it's a situation where you can't deal with it otherwise, it should kind of be a little bit of a last resort, because again, it is 2 cooldowns, but they're both. Hog's cooldown at least is not horribly bad.
I mean, they're both like 7 seconds.
It's A and 6, right?
Yeah, it's
No, I think they're the same
Medial.
now, but
No,
something
hold is
along those
A.
lines, but it shouldn't be necessarily a huge. Yes, okay. I'll just say this simply. Yes, you can do it. It is a good idea.
I
okay.
think the only caveat is just
We
make
think
sure
they
you
have
camp it so that when Mercy
No,
tries
they
to
use
rest
it,
it,
they
you're
use
you're ready for
They
it.
use it?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, the
Okay.
Genji did. Wow.
Wait, is the good guy the
Back up, back
Pharah?
Oh my god.
Get you pushing up. Get you pushing up. Get you pushing up.
I was being healed.
Ryan, one. Nice shield, dude.
So Ryan pops his ult here.
Fuck.
That was a really
Yeah.
good shield, by the
Pretty
way.
even.
We know that he's good.
Yeah, I
that's
tried to back up into the. I was getting healed by 2 healers. And I still
Can-
died.
Word.
Can we go to the
I
high
didn't
ground? I
know.
can't shoot the
Big
Pharah
round.
from in
Alright.
here, and we're just getting spammed.
Left.
More is dead. More is dead. More is dead. Good beat.
Let's get him.
Nice.
Push it, push it, push it, push it, push it.
I'm gonna teleport the point.
I'm going in. I'm passing the Rhine.
We gotta get Arissa. Arissa by me. Arissa by me.
Nice
She's one
wall.
on point.
Ryan,
Come on, she's one.
So now you're
Nice. She's down.
I
You're
got
right.
charge.
and then they also pop.
you're right, that shield.
Wow.
Nice.
We got it. We got it. We got it. We got it.
Visor?
So as of right now, you actually
Can
came out.
you
Left.
potentially pick me up
I want to say
Right.
better off
Back
when
Lucio.
they
He's the
do.
only healer we can't.
when you're free.
Stay on point.
Wait, what'd you say? Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
They popped 3 ults for your 2 ults,
Who's here?
so, and you
Well,
still
we did
won.
initiate with
Diva?
I'm on the
and
Diva.
It's just
Colorado.
Tracer. That's the Tracer.
Ryan,
Moira,
Laura.
Moira right by yourself.
Bolts.
Moira on
Well,
point.
because you won the fight, you got them
Oh,
back,
Yeah.
and they
yeah.
did
Nice.
get that up.
He's on point.
Woohoo!
That was a good hook.
Nice. Nice hook.
Doing this. Good.
Good job.
Nice.
When it comes down to the wire, you guys always seem to figure something out. I don't know how the fuck you guys do it, but
It's the clutch factor.
yeah, you just kind of do it. It's kind of scary.
Except when
But
it comes
I-
to freaking Prime.
To be fair, it probably shouldn't be something you have to rely on, but it works, so fucking go for it.
That's cheap.
But yeah, comms were a lot better than they were. Those have improved a shit ton just in the week that I've been gone, as well as a series of mechanical stuff. I saw fades from Mad that were a lot better. You weren't fading; you were using them a lot more conservatively, in the right times, not being a retard with them. Not saying that you were being a retard with them, but they weren't. They weren't
Fair
optimal at the time.
They weren't clean.
Yeah. So you've definitely cleaned up a lot in the time that I've been gone. What has the practice regiment looked like so far?
We
This is it.
Pretty much every Tuesday, Thursday, 8 to 10.
Okay.
the first time that we watched, or I had posted that video about the shot collar thing, and then we talked about it a little bit on Tuesday, and then we started trying it, and then we actually like kind of stopped and we recorded one of the games and watched it, and then tried to be a little bit more concise with the way that we were attacking and stuff like that, because we're still having problems. Like it was Eichenwald, and we still really struggled attacking on that map specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we just get split up. We hesitate like a ton. Like,
Or
we
it's
don't-
like some people
okay.
hesitate and some people don't. But I think
Yeah,
just
exactly.
watching it over with everyone and getting everyone to be like, okay, we're going to be real with each other and kind of call each other out on the things that we're doing wrong, and hopefully no one's going to get upset about it, and we're just going to go for it. And it seemed to work out
Exactly.
okay. So
And that's an
Absolutely.
awesome way to do it.
I have some ideas for some things that we might try in a custom game after this.
Yeah, sure.
One thing I do want to talk about: if you're having trouble on Eichenwald, whenever you have the opportunity to pick Eichenwald over a map, pick Eichenwald. No matter what, because a surprising amount of teams prefer Eichenwald, especially on defense. So if you're having trouble with Eichenwald, you're gonna really need to hammer that map out so that it's not a problem anymore. Because that's a very common map for teams to pick, especially over.
Paris?
Kings Row.
So,
Yes, Kings Row is the one. Sorry, I was looking at the I was trying to look at the map pool.
I love Kings Row.
Kings Row's better. Kings Row is better than Eichenwald.
Kings Row is very good. Yeah, so overall, I think the main things you can just work on is like ironing out the small stuff, which you sound like you've talked about the small stuff. Again, hesitation. I did see it in the first round. Two people, the staging wasn't perfectly clear, to be fair.
No.
So just, I think a big thing that you guys can still work on is just like you said, the hesitation behind it all. So, who is named Aftershock Booty? Who the?
my bet is either Awake or a Remick.
Not right.
I am not Aftershock's booty this.
Like 99%.
It ain't me.
confident It's one of the two. Are you serious?
I
I
am
want
the person
Aftershocks.
named I want Aftershock's butt.
Oh, okay.
Why?
It's close.
What the hell? They're sitting next to each other as well. Oh my god.
Because booty was too big to spell with the rest.
So, yeah, what did you want to go over in the custom game?
Hey,
So we've been having some problems with chokes, especially when there's a May. And so one of the things that we've practiced in some of the we practiced in Hanamura was using Symmetra to get past those chokes. And so actually I think Eichenwald we can do that as well.
You can teleport up to the bridge or just past in general. But Eichenwald is pretty easy to get around, especially because. So we're gonna take a look at Eichenwald, okay? For this.
Oh, I have one question though. Can I know May's wall, if she puts it on top of certain like tech, she can like disable it. Like she puts it on top of if she puts it on top of Torp's turret, it disables Torp's turret. Does it do that for Symmetra's teleport?
I believe so. It does that. So Maywall is extremely versatile. You can do a lot with it. You can stop Torp turret. You can stop Grav. You can stop Bomb. You can stop Rhine Shatter. You can stop. You can get rid of Junkrat traps. So if you ever get into a Junkrat trap, because the common thing for when a Junkrat sees a May and Ice Block, he's going to throw his trap onto your Ice Block, so you immediately get into it. The second you come out of Ice Block, wall underneath yourself and then run away because it'll break the trap.
Now you're
Look at that.
I don't know if you knew that, but you know.
Aftershock.
What else? Yes.
Real quick, before we go to that, if we have time to do another, I'd kind of like to go over Havana.
Havana.
But if you don't have
Havana.
time for that, or if we want to move on now, that's fine too. It's just
I do have time. Where's Havana?
it's the one that Mad posted in VODs. It's the really long video, and it's like the last. It's like starts at like a minute or 53 minutes or something like that.
Austin?
I put timestamps. I put timestamps on there.
Yeah, Austin posted it.
Okay. So we'll be getting Mad's perspective. Fuck
Actually,
yeah.
I think he went from the top on that last one. I don't think he was playing.
Okay.
But yeah, that was one that in general we kind of felt like we maybe fell apart a little bit in second point, and it would just
Holy Jesus.
yeah. He recorded like the whole thing.
Fuck. Okay then, shit.
There's
Find what
timestamps.
maps are available, then have to
So
be.
you recorded the entire scrim then, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you were talking... Did you pick Kings Row?
No, they picked
No, they did.
everyone
Okay, they did? Okay.
They picked every map.
because
Yeah,
they
ended
lost
up
every
picking
time.
map.
Nice, that's a good thing.
I don't think NG again.
Yeah.
Newly government.
And
I think, is this...
That shitty ass map.
Oh, it's Kraken. Oh, that's definitely RF Kraken right there. Uh-huh. God, I hate those guys. Sorry.
well, I hate them so much.
I'm just gonna write down a couple notes real quick. Oh, Jesus Christ, I dropped my lighter. There we go.
Like, you have a lighter on an oil rig? Oh no.
Oh, I don't bring this with me. No, they like, search you for that shit. We're not allowed to bring that shit.
Wow.
You got a gig to work on an oil rig. Dear Lord.
It's called Magic.
Whoa.
Also, it's a lot of pain, pay cut, and being allowed to get off the rig at night to go home. Or to go into a hotel on the docks because I hate sleeping on the rig. What the fuck? What is going on in this chat?
No.
I just hit it.
I want Aftershocks butt and Aftershock booty are
Those two
Yeah.
fucking.
they're made for each other.
Oh god.
Okay, I swear to God. I wish I could disable chat. Anyways,
Nah, I'm just
You
kidding.
can actually hide it.
Why is
so when it comes to scrim, so when it comes to scrims, you don't have to go by the rules of the actual game. So if there's something you really need to work on, and even if you do shit on the enemy team and you still really need to work on something, it should be more of like a, hey, we pick, then you guys pick, then we pick, we really need to work on this, so like, can we do this map after this one? And it shouldn't have to be this thing where like, oh, they lost, they get to pick. We only do that whenever it's competitive scrims, whenever we're like a faux match, like a, something like that.
Mhm.
So if you really need to, like you said, if you need to work on Eichenwald, you can say, hey, after King's Row, can we also work Eichenwald? We really need to work on some stuff on that map. And 9 times out of 10, they'll be like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just a simple, like, hey,
I want to play Dorado. I know it's a lot of rotation.
Austin, can you?
I'm already recording.
I wish Nepal was in the
the
first quarter of
It is
first
for
half of map
tiebreakers.
pool.
What's the
It is
elo
for
of this team,
tiebreakers.
No, it
by
isn't. Tiebreaker.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
Nepal
not
is.
really-
Very wide. I
Well, I mean, like,
copied it
last
from the
season,
roast
last
to him.
season we had it as like you could pick it as your first map, and
Uh,
we always picked it because our mace strat was retarded on that map. We would win basically every time. That's like the prime team's best map is Nepal.
Nepal. Which one?
Village.
Village.
Literally a guy who's
What's their
deep for
average?
one
Well, we tend to win
It's not like a
Nepal
real team.
basically.
They average.
We get a free win on Village
Ooh,
and
okay,
on
cool, that makes sense.
Shrine
Like
most of
high
the time.
silver, low gold, don't they? Yeah. Shock or somebody.
Kind of want a Genji here.
We could double sniper.
Here's fine.
I'm not like a freak.
Is this the one I'm spectating or something?
Oh shit.
No, you're playing.
Yeah, I think you're a spectator like on our team.
Yeah, you might be a team spectator.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, you were. Don't leave the game,
You
please.
just right click.
Thank you.
Should fix it.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
now you're spectating blue only. Okay, there you go.
Thanks.
The classic. I've
never
I'm
done this
sold.
before.
Coco was having a
It
hard
was a
time
new
with this.
experience.
He really was, though.
Coco was really struggling.
It was hard.
How can I help you, buddy?
Well, it's good. Okay, one thing I will say, you always want to have one person who is really good with custom game stuff, because if you're ever having to lead a game and either myself or myself or Adrift are not there, you need someone who can actually work custom games.
We just
I
say
get working pretty well.
Yeah, I figured it out toward the end. It was like the only thing I couldn't figure out how to do was to add spectators, but it worked out. It was fine.
You just go into lobby and it's one of the settings in lobby.
All right.
Wait, are we playing this comp or no? What are we playing? Wait,
So what did you guys? Okay, so you're currently on Orisa Hog, Genji Widow, Mercy Ana. Okay then. So you have no defensive ults against Bob, Hanzo, or
Yeah, they have Hanzo, and that's all we got.
Oh yeah, all up top. That's really it though.
Shield's about to go down. Wait, shield,
That's
3
the
seconds.
ability, which is just a res.
How do we break their shield first? The fuck? We have a Genji and a
Right,
Widow.
shield.
you don't really have a. The only thing shield
Yeah,
break that you have as of right now is Ace. Ace showed up. I didn't think he actually showed up.
He showed up for the last game
Orb-
and the
Orb-
last
two.
second to last game. Yeah.
Faroud's low or Orissa's low.
Hey, there's a Hanzo here. Can you pull him? Wait, hold on, wait.
Yeah, he said he was moving last
Now I
week.
can.
Alright, they're all low ground now.
Hog low.
So
Right.
Wait, is there a Hanzo
Hanzo
behind?
right side. Hanzo right side.
Hanzo is
Orb,
dead.
orb.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Hog no bait. Full health though.
You can win this one.
Orb.
this is some.
You can get this hog. There we go. Oh no! They're gonna break the shield.
So
I need
you're.
help.
Oh, you're up to. You're red.
Wait,
I was
we're
thinking you're blue this entire time. I'm retarded.
Same.
Orb below.
Where's that?
You're red here.
Finish.
That means you're attacking.
Yes.
Oh shit!
He's got-
Wow,
he's got-
my bad.
Mara.
Card, card.
Waker's just
Nice.
doing
Don't
widow
even worry about
things.
Just a 1,000. That's right.
Ooh, there's an Ash.
Okay,
Help
so
up here.
we've got 4.
And can you sit on payload?
Can we use Blade, and my ult this fight?
Oh,
Yes,
this
absolutely.
map. I remember this. Oh my god. That's
I can do
horrible.
damage boost on you, Genji, if you want to do blade without nano.
Hey, you're bad. You're bad.
Yeah, I'm down with whatever.
No, we can do Blade with my ult. It's for the damage. It's kind of what I was thinking.
No.
Turns out it's a bad combo.
Yeah, 'cause-
People told me I was
That-
bad.
Yeah, we
Okay,
told
I
him
was gonna
that.
say,
Yeah.
that's a horrible.
That was
combo.
instantly shot down, and I was okay with that. But
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 with Genji, your first option is Nano because you don't have to use somebody else to rely on Genji doing something.
okay,
Second choice should be Mercy because you can keep damage on the Genji, but it's worse than Ana because you're now putting your Mercy in danger.
yeah,
And then third choice should be Coco's or Orisa ult because then Genji might not get it 100% of the time because Genji has to go around and like a fucking ping pong ball
Slice
in
people up.
trapped in a.
But
Exactly.
none of these 3 even happened once. So
Oh,
Yeah.
oh really?
yeah.
Thank you for telling me. Now I'm
As long as
going
I'm
to
not-
actually
as long as I'm not
drill this into
Super
you.
far
You-
away.
yeah.
We tried to, but someone died every single time.
You gotta then you just gotta start doing it
I
earlier.
don't know where Widow
You gotta
is.
stop waiting.
Rip.
Mercy should.
Fuck.
You
Back left.
res? Maybe.
That's
Never
fine.
mind, they're ulting.
Back up, back up, back up.
Widow's looking at you guys from behind, from the left.
Ripper Genji, Ripper
from the
Genji.
left, up top.
What is up top left? I think the one thing we were also concerned about was that Bap has immortality
Yeah,
again, and we weren't sure. I wasn't really sure how as Genji he was going to get through that with Blade.
Oh, right.
With Immortality Field?
Yeah.
Widow is.
Nanoblade actually doesn't have any issues with doesn't have any issues against Immortality Field because you can kill it with Nano Blade, as well as
Yeah,
getting
but
hits on people who are already in
Still
it.
have to,
So.
yeah, you have to use like 2 swipes though. I think we decided to use a combo later to get around it by using like Coalescence or something with Nano Blade, so you can use Coalescence to break it. I don't know.
Well, yes, but at that point you're overcommitting 3 ultimates to win a fight, and that's just a single combo that has 3 ultimates in it. So that's not an insane idea. It works, but it might not be the best. One thing I will say is if they do pop Immortality, you should just leave it to the Genji to just deal with it.
Alright.
Because
Trying to help break it.
yeah, just try to help break it as best you can. You shouldn't need to pop ults to break it because Genji, again, I believe he can just slash dash it because dash does hit Immortality field. So you can just slash dash it and continue. And when you do get a slash, if you double jump and then slash down at it, you'll actually hit everybody who's in Immortality as well. So, you know, that will work. So I'm gonna write some things down. Give me a second. Okay.
Mario. Oh,
Okay, we can continue.
right behind, right behind. Right behind.
We both hit the fucking poles.
You nail blade here or no?
So Reebok's looking for it. He's constantly calling like, can we nano blade here? Can we nano blade here? Then you get down to can't get it off.
I need help.
I'm gonna try this.
Okay.
Let's do Nano Blade this fight for sure.
Okay.
I don't think they have anything
Engage
except
with
fire.
nail blade.
Sounds good.
Widow's out on the far right.
We tried nail blade here. I'm pretty sure I die first though.
That was the wrong place to be when she popped sights.
Wait, oh, rip. I'm 28 health over here. Somebody.
Yeah, Widow's on the right by herself when I try to go.
So here,
Sights up.
Pressure.
your Ana. Okay, so what you can do if you really desperately need to set something up for a combo, have your Ana take this high ground that the camera's kind of frozen on. That high ground, just kind of come around through stairs, use Orisa to get him up there. Genji and Ana can just meet up here in that top area,
I can't see.
and then just from there
first-
go for the combo.
Which
The one on the
are you
left or the
talking
one on the
about?
right?
Yeah,
The room that's
The one
above
right
the,
where Mr. Meme, like, little
got it.
box.
There's one above the distillery tanks.
Okay.
The small
So
ones.
one worrisome thing for this specifically, Widow is actually up there.
No, Widow's on the far right. Just
Oh,
popped
you're right,
walls,
you're right,
and
you're right.
Yeah, I was invisible and I was just about to come out and her
Okay, okay.
all alone on the right. And
Yeah.
then she popped walls and I'm just sitting there directly in front of her like,
oh,
Yeah. I remember
hello.
the comms.
Okay, sounds
I
good.
think my dog just got out, so I gotta go get my dog. Give me a second.
All good. I kind of have to pee anyways.
break, I guess.
go grab an apple.
Okay, sorry. My dog doesn't listen to anyone except for myself, so
I can't help you, Ace.
Yeah, you're in on your own.
okay. So yeah, if you
Let's
really,
get together, let's
really,
group up,
really
back
need
up,
to
back up.
set something up,
Group up.
just make it so it's impossible to fuck up. So here you should not
I'm gonna
engage
run, I'm gonna
because
run.
they pre-popped an ult. They pre-popped to as an initiator, so your immediate reaction should be run the fuck away, wait for the ult to wear off, so they waste it, and then from there push in, and then you already have ult advantage.
Or a big purple.
Yeah, so there you
we killed
probably should not have engaged. at all. Like once you saw Orisa go down, get the res off and then run because they're popping
Get all
ults.
their
Left,
ults.
left.
So now they have no ults. You pop the Genji blade.
Wait,
So now you don't have
we're not going
combo,
top? Well, I'm gonna die.
No, we're not going to top yet.
but you do now have Sombra. So
Alright, Ace. Come back.
Either hack,
help you.
go to one.
Let's just stick together.
Yeah.
We're very
You're
split.
way too far in.
We can push this all
okay, so you're trying to
Yeah.
basically
Just- we just gotta play
2v4
the
this
payload.
right now.
Handle.
Okay, and the rest of the team does get
Alright,
back.
we gotta back up. So.
Majority's there.
Can you come back a little bit?
I don't think Hog's there.
Top right, top right.
I can res that, but I'm going to get signed by the Widow.
Oh, rip. I'm
We're
Shield.
not
Regroup,
together. Yeah, we're
trying to
not
get
together.
Blade and I
Can we
just
go
saw an
back up?
opportunity. My bad.
We can EMP Nano Blade and we just win.
Can you forward?
That's actually very
Beyond
good.
Blade.
I'm caught. I'm caught.
So one thing I'm gonna say, EMP is a very strong thing, and I am a heavy Sombra endorser. I love Sombra as a character because she's evil and she gets free wins if you use her correctly. So using EMP in this situation, your main person that you have to get in EMP is the Baptiste. He needs to be in it. Even if he's hiding and is away from his team, you should still, even if you have to, solo pop EMP on him. Because he's the only thing that can actually shut down, as of right now, besides like a Widow hitting a retarded shot, is the only thing that who can use an ability to shut down your combo. So, and it's the same thing that goes for Zen. If you know that Zen is currently hiding and is baiting out EMP to pop transfer, look for him, solo pop him if you have to. And if he actually does get it off in time, Genji should always be delayed to EMP. He shouldn't dash in at EMP. You should always wait, because a really good Zen player is going to be looking and listening for a translocator. When he knows there's a Sombra, his immediate reaction, the second he sees anything flying in the air
I
above
love
him...
throwing it and then just pulling it and watch it get popped.
Oh yeah, that actually is a very good strategy to use. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually a really good strat. But normally Zens are gonna be looking for that because that's their main job, is to counter that. And if a Zen suspects that you're gonna try and combo something with EMP, he's gonna hide and he's gonna wait for it to happen, and then he's just going to stop it and just shit on you. So even if you have to solo pop EMP on a Zen to secure the kill or to stop him from getting EMP off, or stop him from getting Zen ult, or force popping Zen ult, you win that because you traded an ult that you get that is probably the second fastest ult besides like Tracer ult in the game to get, versus Zen ult, which is one of the slowest charging behind Zarya. So
Over here.
What the fuck?
if you're going to use EMP,
I'll tell you when
you
Walls-
I
need
watched
to
it,
know
it was like a
who
tiny amount.
has to be in it and make sure that they are guaranteed to be in
Okay,
it.
they're gone. No
She
more
hit my
walls. No
hair.
more walls. You guys can push.
So
Right
just,
here, they're all grouped up. You can get a 6-man easy.
so just so you know, right here, this is like one of those staging issues I think that we had. This whole like minute and a half of just like we were getting picked off. They were kind of popping ults, picking us off again. It's like
Exactly.
we could have
Yeah, if I
probably
remember,
staged
we just
this
get-
better.
And that's, yeah, so when you're staging, if you know that, and they are running a heavy spam comp. They're running Baptiste, they're running Hog, Junkrat, and Orisa. They are running almost 100% spam without the Pharah and like the Hanzo. So they're running a serious spam comp. So here, and because you have 5 out of 6 ults and you're coming up on one of the fastest charging ults in the game, you should not do any poking whatsoever. The whole point of poking is not for kills, it's for ult charge. That's why Zaryas do that. Whenever you see a Zarya lobbing their orbs or their ult fire into the other team just for shits and giggles, that's for ult charge. If you hit it, you can get ult from that. And because it's a slower charging ult, you're going to want to do that. So here you should not be poking whatsoever. You should be hiding. You have all your ultimates. There is no need for you to charge any ultimates because you already have them. So in that situation, you just shouldn't.
They just scored my transfer.
If you're staging, you shouldn't be poking.
Orb going out.
Go, go, go.
Back left, back left.
Do you
So
think it would?
you pop.
Oh, go ahead. I can bounce.
Sorry?
I was just saying, do you think it would help? Because I find like one thing that we tend to also struggle with sometimes, not so much on this map or in these stages, but it's like with rotations and stuff. As we're rotating, do you think it would help like if our main tanks and stuff were calling out like, "Oh, I'm moving now," or "I'm going to reposition now," Or is that like just a waste of comms and we should just get on the same page and kind of like we'll figure that out with time?
Main tank, if you're playing Reinhardt, Orisa, it's a lot easier to do because your shield will just disappear and reappear somewhere else, and it's pretty easy to realize like, hey, wait a second, I should be behind the shield. But with Reinhardt, a lot of the time you're gonna a good call out to say if you're rotating, say going left, going left, going left, going left. Say it 4 to 5 times because if someone only hears it once, they might not react. And it's something that everyone needs to react to, and it's something that is happening immediately. Whenever you say like 3, 2, 1, the only time you should do that is when you're running dive, when you're diving someone. You should never be counting down. Counting down is the dumbest thing because someone is going to do something too fast or too slow and going to die. Just say now, going now, we're doing this now. And everyone has to realize that and focus it. When I say, except for Zarya, Zarya's the only occasion. And I don't even count down all the way. When I bubble someone, I say 3, 2, and then I bubble. Because Rhines tend to drop their shield early. And because I want Bubble to somewhat overlap with the Rhine shield so he doesn't take any damage, I say 3, 2, you're bubbled. Because and it's stuff like that when you need to anticipate something. If you're counting down for an engagement, most likely someone's going to peek or get anxious and do something stupid. Say, we're going now. We're doing this now. You shouldn't really be saying 3, 2, 1, go unless you're diving.
This, if you want to, I'm gonna about this. When you're diving, you should be counting down.
Yes, because you're counting down for the dive.
I thought you were saying with diving, don't do that, and I was really confused. Okay, good.
Dive should be one of the few things you do count for. When you're just doing a straight up engagement, we're saying we're going now, going in, going in.
You're behind the team.
Because a lot of the time, there's a big hesitation. Especially when someone says, I'm using my ult, I'm going to use my ult, I'm going to use my ult, I'm going to use my ult. Don't say I'm going to, say I'm using my ult, and then do it. If you fuck it up, well, look for a better opportunity next time. Boo-hoo. Don't hesitate, because hesitation is what kills people.
No more ult.
And I'm sorry if I'm being very aggressive. I'm very tired.
We also pressed Q like 5 times that fight, by the way.
Tired.
Yes, I did notice that, and you even popped the Genji blade that you were charging at the beginning of the fight. So
that's why I think like having someone dedicated towards like planning strategy between fights.
Once it went on for so long, because at the beginning we did try to strategize on this point. No one ever popped any ults. Genji died like instantly when he popped his, I feel like, without the nano. And then all of a sudden we finally started making progress and everybody pressed Q. It was like we should have followed through with our plan when we made the plan, not 3 minutes later when we only have 50 seconds left before we got to get the point.
I think the other thing is when we, like, I think I popped and I hit a 6, but we didn't target.
Right, there was no follow-up, yeah.
Yeah, like not one person died from the EMP, they died after.
Yep.
I mean, we also popped 4 more ults after.
Yeah.
It's just something to be aware of. Like, we planned, nothing actually happened, and everybody pressed Q. We should have been and I think that comes with the hesitation. Like, if we would have popped Nano Blade as soon as we had it, and not been waiting so long, and then, like, we probably could have gotten more progress, I feel like. But.
Yeah, I think we just get unsure of, like, oh, should we actually follow this or no? It's, like, tough. Maybe we should just, like,
one of my favorite things to
done.
say. One of my favorite things to say. If one person is following something stupid, they're retarded. If an entire team is following something stupid, it's a strategy.
I love that.
So, if there's a bad call, and you call for something like, Sombra behind, and Sombra's not actually behind, and everyone turns around to go try and kill a Sombra that's not there, that's a strategy. Whether you like it or not, that's a strategy. All 6 of you just tried to coordinate to kill something that's not there. That's a strategy. So if
I
you
like
say
that.
you're gonna...
We need to run that more.
Yeah.
That's called retreat. But in a situation where you're given a call and you're saying, do this, do it no matter what. Even if it's a dumb idea, there is a better chance that a dumb idea that everyone follows is going to work than a dumb idea that only one person follows, because that person is feeding.
Yeah.
So if someone says, pop Nanoblade, and Genji says, pop Nanoblade, is already dashed in the air and is already popping his ult, and Ana doesn't have Nano, go in.
Yep.
Because you can turn your Genji from feeding into winning a fight.
Just play like you're on selfless and you just full on aggression everything.
Yes. Never ever hesitate, because hesitation kills things. You die. It doesn't kill them, it kills you.
Press W.
Just unbind
Yes.
the S key.
W to spawn.
If you're saying, like, if you agree, like, we're gonna use these two ults, okay, both of those players need to be on a hyper brain connection telepathic level of what's about to happen through talking. You need to say, I'm gonna be here, I'm gonna dash up when I want it. Okay, Ana's looking for the dash now. If you don't dash, she's now staring into the sky uselessly, hoping she's gonna see an invisible Pharah. So, when you say you're gonna do something, you need to do it. Because if you say, like, and it's the same thing, if you say, I'm gonna ult, 3, 2, 1, and then you don't ult, well, why? Why did you count down and clear, and have everyone clear comms for you to say something that's not gonna happen?
And I also think... Go ahead, my bad.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I also think that like what ended up happening is we didn't do that, and so then there were no comms, and then all our ults got pressed. Like Hog went up and ulted, Awaker ulted, which is fine. I mean, it was it just
that's part of the staging is when you say we're gonna use these two ults, or even if you say you're going to dry push, where you unbind Q for one fight, you just don't use any ults for one fight to charge ults. So it's you have to agree, like, we're going to use these two ults, and then you need to do that. And if you can't do that, there better be a good reason why.
Sounds good.
So if you agree that you want to do EMP Nanoblade, EMP, Sombra, before you even start pushing in, Sombra should be in position to EMP, because she knows she's going to need to pop it for this fight. Ana should be getting ready to have the most open space that she can see in the air. Like, even if she has to stand in a little corner and peek, as long as she can see a good amount of space of, like, airspace where the Genji's going to end up when he starts his ult, you need to just set these things up. And if they don't happen, it's normally because someone dies or something happens during the staging process. So you just need to get a really good setup before you do something. So if you know you're going to use Genji Blade, Ana needs to be on hyper alert for when the Genji dashes into the air. And it's just, it's on a level of understanding, okay, we're using these two ults. The only reason why you should pop another ult is if you have to. So, like, it's a reactive ult. So, like, Zen. You don't plan to use Zen ult. That's not a thing you plan to do. You do it in reaction to the other team. Same thing with Mercy ult. You don't, or actually, no, you do. Now you do. You used to not to, back in the first patch. And then same thing with, like, beat. You don't plan to beat unless you're using it offensively. If you're using it defensively, you don't plan for that. But in Nanoblade, you do need to have some sort of communication where you're like, hey, this is what's going to be happening. Let's make sure we're ready for this.
So I have two questions, if that's okay.
Go ahead.
So, like, I guess, like, I agree with you, but what if someone on your team says, like, okay, like, next fight, I will, like, Genji, I will Blade, right? But then, let's say, like, the fight's about to happen, and they see, like, oh, like, they go in and they're, like, about to, but then they realize, oh, this is actually a really bad fucking time to do this, and they say, I am not going to Blade. Like, is that okay, where it's like...
That is okay if it doesn't cause you to lose the fight. So here's the thing. If a Genji dashes up into the air, looks down at things that he can go kill for, and there's nothing there, and then he gets the nano, don't ult for no reason. Yes, you wasted nano, but the Ana didn't know, so it's not her fault. So at that point in time, you can say, I'm not going to pop my Genji ult, even though I have nano, I'm going to save my ult for a better opportunity. If it's situations like that, if you change your mind in a situation where you're already in it, and you're already in the fight, and you're going to lose the fight, either way, it's very much a situation where you can decide not to do something if it's not already happening.
Okay.
So if say, well, okay, a good example, Zarya. Zarya's a very good example for this. If Zarya says she's going to grab next fight, well, that's a 50% chance she's actually going to do it, because Zarya's looking for people that are clumped up together. And if they're playing a comp that's extremely spread out, she's not gonna solo grab. So it's okay for that not to happen. It happens. Yeah. So how do I put this in correct words? I'm just gonna stick with the Zarya example. If Zarya doesn't see enough people clumped up together, like if it's a maximum of 2 people that she can maybe get, she's not gonna pop ult because that's a waste of an ult. So in that situation, it's okay to decide against a plan. But if it's a plan where you're like, we're gonna teleport up to the high ground, and then the sim decides that the teleporter's not actually going to go down and everyone's just sitting in choke taking poke damage and the teleporter never comes out, you're going to lose the fight because of it. So it's very situational when you can and can't go against a plan.
The other question I have.
Oh, right. My bad.
Fuck. So it was, okay, if you see an opportunity, if you're like about to do something that doesn't work and it's like, oh shit, and you call it, that's fine. What if you decide, like, let's say before a match starts, like, I feel like what you're saying about, like, if you decide before the fight starts and you're like, I'm going to use my ult for this fight, like, you should damn well be using it makes more sense to be using it that fight. But if you say, like, I will try not to use my ult in this fight because I think we can win without it, and then, like, you see a time where it's like, oh fuck, we're going to lose if I don't use this ult, and then you use it, like, that's more okay, right?
Yes, that's definitely okay. Okay, let me try and clarify. What I mean by that is make intelligent decisions. If you're in a situation where I'm gonna pop Zarya ult, but the enemy team is so spread out that you might get one person in your Grav's not gonna come out, because then it's a waste. Or if you're saying I'm gonna pop in, I'm going to pop EMP this fight, and Zen pops his ult preemptively before she can get it off, EMP is not going to come out because the whole reason of EMP is to get rid of the Zen, and Zen just popped his ult. So you're going to wait longer because of that. And it's more reactive. Like I said, if you're not using your ult, there better be a good reason for it. So like dying, or Zen pops his ult before you can, or Beat comes out, or they start popping ults before you even get to the fight. In those situations, it's okay to be like, we can't do that because, it's obvious why. And everyone's going to realize, okay, this can't happen. But if Genji's not popping his ult because he's scared of someone, so if he's scared of getting hooked, that's not a very amazing reason why you should pop Blade, because you can still take out people with your Blade, even if Hog's there. So it's a very tedious... Make intelligent decisions, is what I'm trying to say.
Just be smart.
And by planning, when I say make a plan and stick with it, that's more rotational. It's not necessarily ultimate. It's more like the plan is we're going to go, like say you're attacking on King's Row. The plan is we're going to go through main. Okay, well, Mei just walled main. She didn't get anyone, but she still walled it there. Do we want to sit here and wait, or do we want to go up through media room and take the high ground? In that situation, you change your mind and you stick to it. If you say we're going to go media room after... deciding, changing your mind, we're going to go media room. People should not be going main, because the decision had been made to go media room, so everyone should go media room. If the shot caller says to go somewhere, go that place. If Zen is your target caller and calls, Discord is on the right heart, focus the right heart, and you have a tracer who's just busy piddling around with a fucking Torbjorn, that's a problem. You should be focusing the Discord target. And a lot of the time, it's more rotational than it is ultimate-wise, because ultimates are very, very complicated with the decision matrix that you need to go through to popping or not popping, versus rotation is press W. Okay, can't press W, press the other key and go the other direction. If everyone decides that we're going to go this way and somebody still goes that way, they're feeding. And it's no longer a strategy, it's mental retardation.
Somebody's watching VOD.
Don't pick the wood up.
Like there's an extra person watching the VOD who's not in.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Who is it?
Daddy Aftershock.
Yeah, Daddy After.
Is it a drift?
Get the Sarissa,
That's not on. I don't know.
The Widow's by
If we push
herself
up,
on the left.
If we push up, I can res him.
Twice.
Hold on.
I'm pushing car. I'm pushing car.
Orb.
Could be mad.
No, it's not me.
Where's Budo? Where's Budo?
Where's the payload? Oh.
Pushing it.
Oh no,
Yeah, I'm just trying to
I
hide
wasn't
it.
sure how far.
Down main.
Widow main.
Widow's back left.
Widow's half. Oh, got it.
Okay.
Got her.
Play close to cover.
you got it.
Junkrat. Okay.
Please tell me you got a deflect on the Widow.
I have EMP.
He's not here.
Not even.
Oh, right. Grant's not
Misty.
here. Shit.
Pull in here.
I'm very low in the back.
Take your
Can I res this hog?
They have walls up, walls up.
Please.
I can't res him. Give us
Hog's
hog's
purple.
purple.
Nice.
I can EMP if you want.
Dead.
We just lost her. We only have one
Windows
healer.
top left. Windows top left.
Do we need to back off?
No, I think we're actually winning this.
Okay.
That'll be.
Widow's really freaking out because I translocated right on her. She still hasn't found me. Empty Grant.
Spread.
Rip.
This
back
might
up,
not
back
be
up.
winnable.
Back up.
Res one of us? Or never mind.
No, they're not gonna res.
Bad
him.
idea.
Back up.
Alright, we got a bunch of ults. Let's just Nanoblade.
Nanoblade.
EMP. Yep.
We have to get the Zen. You have to EMP
So you're
this.
calling
okay?
for EMP.
Orb going
You
out, can
have
you orb?
6
Can you get
ults.
Where people are.
When does
I'm
EMP?
trapped right in front of us.
Right
I'm gonna die.
here. EMP
So
right
right there,
No,
EMP
no, no, no,
should
no,
not
don't use it,
come
don't
out
use it, do
now,
not use it.
because you just
We
lost
just
the
lost
main
our
tank.
Coco.
We just lost the Arctic.
So it doesn't.
Whatever.
Wait. We gotta.
So this
we
is
have to
another
touch-
staging
we
issue.
have- we have-
I,
yeah, we have Sombra.
me and Ace were up, and by the looks of where our team was, from the hindsight perspective, we were too far up. We should have backed up with everybody else.
Yes.
When that happens, should we have backed up, or should they have come to us? Because we were only one man down at that point. I'm pretty sure.
Well, the one man down was also your main tank.
No, before that, because I was playing main tank.
Oh, okay. So before that,
We
It's
were
like
down
we
at least
made
two
the
'cause
call
me
to
and Grant
back up.
died together.
if the call was made to back up, you should back up.
Like, okay, cool. So I should have backed up farther. That's fine. All right,
Yes.
that's all.
And it's very reactive to the healers. If healers are backing up, you should back up.
Okay.
Sombra and Hog first, and then.
Alright, you're gonna EMP on them, and we're gonna Nanoblade in.
So EMP Nanoblade is called
We should
for.
go.
What
We
action?
gotta go. We gotta go now.
Alright, I'm
Let's
blading.
go, let's go, let's
Gotta
go,
go now.
go.
Blade.
Oh, I got. Okay, good.
Stunned. EMP comes out. You do get the Zen.
Zarya hack.
You get 2
We're
here.
coming from the right.
So
Zarya 1.
you
Yeah,
called
you
for
see
EMP
healers,
Nanoblade.
Phantom.
Here, it's okay to be popping
I'm
extra
orbiting.
ult because it's last fight.
Back.
You should not have any ults at the end of this fight.
We don't have any healers. Oh
I'm
my.
basically
Which you
just
don't,
gonna
so-
Valk to get to here.
Get the Zen. Get the
Right.
Zen right in front of
This
you.
is unfortunate. We actually C9.
There's a Moira on point.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I think
Moira
Yeah.
on point behind you guys.
I'm very low.
Thank
we
you.
got bubbled.
I'm like,
Oh,
You
I
should have
didn't
saved
get
the
it.
surprise, dude.
Yeah.
Res
It was a
nobody.
depressing
Oh,
surprise.
Touch point. Touch point. Oh.
oh, we just.
fuck,
beat
C9.
her.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
C9! C9! Lol!
And,
I can't coach that. That's
Yeah,
just,
that's just bad.
That, like,
We
Like-
don't have to say anything about that, do
Yeah.
we, guys?
if
I
you
was
want
like-
coaching on C9, don't do it.
Yeah.
Did I not get the res off?
Well, we do it.
If you do it, I
No.
will be disappointed.
Oh.
Can we just 9 an entire game and
I'm saying we were all there. That was so depressing. But it's fine.
Guess not.
C9, big rip. I love how you guys are saying C9. They're not saying anything.
I know.
Restarted.
that's no, you
tough.
don't need to restart. 'Cause it's pretty much all the way, unless they want it.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair, I guess that's fair.
So,
Just ask them.
overall, I think the main issues that I'm going to be talking about have already been said. I think the staging and then decision making are the two biggest things you really need to work on. And staging is very easy to fix. Decision making is a little bit harder because fighting against. So if you think something's a bad idea, you're much more inclined to decide not to do it than you are to do it. So if someone has a doubt in their mind that something is going to go wrong here, you're very inclined not to do said thing, and then they become the feeder. You can say like, "Oh, my team is feeding." No, you're now feeding because you're not with your team. Your team's doing something stupid, yes, but if you're there helping, well, you have a chance.
Strategy.
Exactly. Shooting at an invisible Pharah or an invisible Sombra.
Our defense kind of falls apart.
It's a hog or no?
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted you to watch this one specifically. It was-
Didn't we hold them?
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
Oh
second
no,
point's
they
a
did
bit
get
tough.
some.
I think actually they got pretty close. They got to the point.
This
They
is
finished 1-2, they
definitely the
almost beat us.
farthest that they got.
Pretty much all the way.
yeah, I mean, we're already.
Remember, because we decided like to not restart the map because it was pretty much the whole thing, and then they almost got to
I'm
it.
thinking
Yeah.
maybe Sombra.
So now you're defending and they're attacking, right?
Yeah.
Flanker.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
go Sombra.
Oh, you wanted to go Sombra?
Yeah. Unless you want it.
Pick someone
Well,
who's
that's
gonna
fine.
start
I'm gonna play
practicing
Zen just to
Sombra
give
if you
extra
plan on
shit
running
right here.
Sombra. She's
Yeah,
very
5
hard
seconds.
to learn.
I think I did fine
These
farming
folks, but I'm
keys,
fast.
didn't I?
Well, no, because I just heard someone say like, who wants to go Sombra? You should
Oh
have.
no,
one
I
person
was gonna go
Sombra.
Sombra. I was just on Ash.
Okay.
Oh.
Still deciding.
Also, I'm
kinda
gonna say it
started
again.
low,
If
but
they're running a
you wanna
Bastion
start up?
and you so much as get the call, someone says the word Bastion, your dedicated Sombra player should immediately whip around and sprint back to spawn to switch to Sombra. Immediately, there should
I'm
be
gonna get
no
a few
questions
pot
asked.
shots, and then I'll come down.
Yep, yeah, just charge your.
I think I've said that too many times
Oh,
though.
they
So,
Bastion?
You want to switch to dive? We die? This doesn't
so
work
they
out.
are running it.
Fuck.
They're running a Bastion.
Genji goes right
I
side.
got fast.
Where's our Sombra at? Where's she?
Cool.
chilling?
I think I'm way in
Bad
that
shield.
notice.
Oh, okay, I see you. You just tucked into a corner.
Hack the Bastion.
So what is your plan of action here? Let's see this. Let's see
Hack
this.
the Bastion back.
Hack
Get
the
all
Bastion.
charged. No.
I got him.
Bastion's dead here, so what do you do then?
Genji's in the backside.
Now
of your
Genji's
side.
on-
I'm farming the
Side.
mini right in the bottom left.
Okay.
Where's Genji?
Okay.
Behind you.
That's
You do
my-
know minis don't get the ult charge anymore, right?
Yeah.
Or
Where Discord? Ryan Discord.
It's like
So I'm gonna rewatch this because I'm more focused on. In this situation, I think we've talked enough about team stuff. I'm more focused on teaching
Did I not get the?
Sombra right now.
yeah.
That's what
Sure.
we're gonna
Oh,
do.
yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna go.
We also end up doing dive.
Oh, you
kind
wanted to
of.
go Sombra?
You do?
Yeah, on the
Okay,
second
that's
point.
not terrible.
Oh, that's
On defense,
I'm gonna
it's
play Zen just to give extra shield right here.
not very
yeah,
advised.
20 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, so the second point, the reason that we did it
Yeah,
is
but
what we
these
were
slow
doing
folks
just wasn't
fast.
working, and it was like
Mm.
we kind of
Okay,
needed to
it's
make a
fucking
swap,
fine.
do something, and I think that
Right.
I
Was it,
think
did
it
they
was
still
me.
have Bastion at the time?
Yes.
You can play.
Okay, then yeah, you could do
I kind
that.
of starting low, but
Also, I just want to
You
say
wanna
I
start up?
hate
I don't know.
It doesn't-
having Zen Bap.
What's wrong with Zen Bat?
BAP puts out tons of heals.
Don't
No, like, yeah. What's wrong with Zen Bat?
like.
Hello?
F-shot?
That
What?
was a Waker that said
I didn't-
that.
That wasn't.
Waker. What's up, Waker?
Don't like it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Why?
gonna
Why?
Hey,
get
I'm gonna
You're
watch
shots.
you, okay, Awaker? This is gonna become a
Yeah, yeah, just charge
masterclass
your ult.
on Sombra.
Are
I'm
they
watching
Bastion?
you. So you're sitting behind the truck.
Yeah, I don't
Don't
think
switch
you
to
can
dive,
really see
we
it. I
die.
try to get the
This
hack
doesn't
on
work out.
the
you
Bastion
tele-
gets the bubble,
Genji goes right.
And then you
side.
teleport out, or
Yeah.
what happens here? Okay.
Pull him.
and then I'm farm like just have the
No shield.
Who? Okay, let me ask you this: who right now is your farm target?
farm target
Mm-hmm.
tank.
Which one? Which tank? Which tank do you focus right now?
Ryan.
Okay.
He either turns around.
Is that who you decide? Is that who you do in this game, or is that who?
I think I try
okay.
to go. I think I try to prioritize the hack on the Bastion.
I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about in a general sense. You are playing Sombra as of right now. You are playing Sombra, and you have a Zarya, a Rhine, a Bastion, and both their healers in front of you. Who do you focus? Not in this game. I'm not asking about this game. Just in general, as a decision, if you are presented this situation, who do you focus to get charged?
To get charged, the
Say they're in the same setup. Ryan's in the front, Zarya's right behind. You have two healers, and the Bastion's in the far back. Who do you focus? Or let's say Bastion's with the tanks. Who do you focus?
Bastion.
Nope.
Ryan isn't the right answer. Bastion.
Bastion is not the right answer, no. But Decide between Zarya and Ryan. Who are you gonna focus?
Well, I would know. Right.
Okay.
Me farmer. He has to.
Okay. That is correct.
I can hack the dash. He broke my hack.
I got him.
And don't be afraid to answer my questions incorrectly. It's fine. It helps me know what you know, and I can.
I was saying the Ryan, and then you were like waiting for me to answer.
You're
because
cutting in and out.
it's the same thing that teachers do. We do that on purpose to get you to question your answer.
I assumed it was Ryan because he has to either let me shoot him or turn around.
I waited because I wanted you to hesitate on your answer. Like, am I correct or am I not?
Ryan Discord. One thing I also want to talk about that I was like really worried about that like I just noticed now was like so we made a call. I made a call that there was a Zen on me in the back, and like we all turned around, but like and we all tried to focus on him, and we got rid of him really quickly. But like during that time though, like their Ryan and Zarya, like totally if they were like competent, could have just pushed straight through our shield and taken like all of our space.
Whenever you call someone is behind, your hog should immediately. It's off tank's first. In the line of order of who needs to deal with it, it goes healers if they can take care of themselves, which in this case, kind of not really. Baptiste Zen. Second in command after that is hog or off tank player should immediately turn around to help, and then after that it becomes the DPS problem, and then after that becomes the main tank problem.
Okay, so it's just like
if they don't,
is that ever a Sombra's problem?
No.
If you are with your healers and it happens while you're there, yes. But if you're, you shouldn't be teleporting back to your healers for that unless, your team's getting ripped apart. Like, if it's a Genji who's blading, you should immediately be looking around trying to get a hack to stop his dash combo. But that's, again, situational, so...
So just like, let's just like, I don't know if that's something I'll make like really drilled straight. Like, so like if there is a cult, there's someone in the back line, like... Hog
should immediately turn around and be looking, figuring out what he can do.
DPS and maintain should just like not give a shit unless like there's like it's like a really big issue.
If it's a problem where the hog can't actually like say, I'll give you a really good example of this. So I was playing Sombra in the scrim where it was Prime against Wraith, and I was poking against Takobi. Takobi was calling it, and I didn't die at all. Coco, you should have, or whoever's playing main tank should have a timer in their head of like around 6 seconds to 7 seconds. If that target is called in the backlines and that target doesn't die within 6 to 7 seconds, then it becomes your problem because they're not dead yet, and they're now getting time to do things in your backlines that you can't deal with. So at that point, if it's an issue that's not being dealt with, then slowly but surely more people should be turning around. So like DPS, give it like a 4 to 5 second timer. Hog should be turning around instantaneously. Healers should be turning around instantaneously. Main tank, probably around 6 to 7 seconds when you really need to start putting your attention towards the backline is when it's a problem that's not being solved.
Just reset. We're coming up on EMP here pretty soon. Can we EMP Deadeye?
That could work.
Is that a bad combo?
It might not be bad. I don't know. I've never thought about it.
So with EMP, with that, the setup for that it can be set up either way. Sombra can pop first and then McCree, or McCree can pop first and then Sombra. Here's the thing. It's not a bad combo if you pick the right order. If McCree goes first and then Sombra, especially against a bunker comp, you will guarantee get a 3 kill. Because 9 times out of 10, bunker is just going to sit behind their shield. Right? Or the Orisa is going to sit behind their shield. So if you say, we're going to do this combo, Grant should stand behind his Orisa shield and do it. He's looking at the other team, he's getting red dots, then like maybe 2 seconds, not even later, Sombra should then throw EMP, and then Deadeye comes out. You pop, you shoot with Deadeye.
It's the opposite for dive.
Sorry?
It would be the opposite again.
Yes.
Then you take away the mobility and then they're stuck there?
Yes, that is, yeah. But bunker is reversed. Bunker, you want to, because you want McCree to have the red dots already there so that they feel safe where they're standing, even though they have a red dot on their head. And then Sombra just comes in, removes all barriers, all movement, all bubbles, and then McCree just shoots and you win. It's the same logic behind throwing Diva Bomb and then popping EMP right before Diva Bomb goes off to get a free kill on like a Reinhardt or something. Because it's the timer,
But if they get in our
by
face,
popping the Sombra ult late, you reduce the amount of time that players have to react to it. So when a Ryan's gonna shield it, obviously. He's not just gonna like duck behind because most Reinhardts are gonna shield that. So if you EMP right before it goes off, Ryan now has literally no time to react to try and get somewhere else because his shield's now down and he dies. So it's in certain combos, Sombra needs to be popped second.
Yeah, I got it.
Rather than
Sombra's back on his end. Don't worry about it. Coco, face forward, we got it.
Okay, I'm gonna EMP it. Oh fuck, I need to.
They're going right side,
So they're set up here. What you should have done, Coco, seeing them set up there, instead of setting up in this situation, because here, the exit that they have, they can now switch the roles, where they're now playing defense and you're playing offense. And that's bad. That's not a good thing. You never want to uproot defense and force them to play offense. That's the fastest way to lose. So in this situation, Coco, you're going to want to rotate so that your shield is somewhere between like that yellow car and that blue like bus stop thing. You're going to want to rotate so that you force them to stay on their side. Because currently what they're trying to do is they're trying to come in to just wreck shit and force you to play offense. So now by rotating, their plan is now just regular old attack. So when you see that, you should probably rotate, which you somewhat do. You actually do kind of get a somewhat of a rotation. If you had rotated maybe a little bit more, but EMP came out, so it doesn't.
I think I think a better team would have capitalized on the fact that my shield was a terrible placement, but yeah, I think that we ended up okay because we had.
I guess I'll try to hide.
And that's why I'm trying to get you guys scrims with higher level teams like mid to high plat, because they're gonna actually punish things that are that gold teams won't punish.
The guy that AP had will just swap down. They put the guy that like didn't even know what the hell was going on.
I'm very low.
Andy Dolphin? No, he's a Master Chief player. He knows what's going on.
Oh, really?
Shatter?
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
No shield for 3 seconds. Back
Still
up.
a lot better than the guy who's on it.
I'm purple.
Who was it? Who did they swap? Who did they swap in?
It was their diva player. It was,
Their coach, basically.
No, who
NPR
did they
Dolphin
bring
is a
in?
master player. The guy that's playing Ash.
Okay.
Wanna hide?
He's
here
looking
comes.
out for the guy who ate
Oh, I didn't
that.
have shift.
Ryan's Discord, Ryan's.
Oh, I got
So Deadeye comes out. Okay, you get stunned out of Deadeye.
Zarya's, oh my god, this fucking car.
I think it's winnable. You guys got it? Nice.
How did you not die there,
Base.
Hog?
Here
What
Here
the
we go, here we go,
fuck?
here we go.
the real question is, how high did the hog get lost?
Supports, dude. You got it.
Into space.
Wait, just back up a little bit if you can.
Well, also we're very separated. Like the hog was not
Yeah.
with the 2 healers.
Hog was in the back of the enemy team. Coke just died in front of the enemy team, and then Ryan comes out of left field.
Oh.
What the fuck was that?
I don't even know.
the only one up there, Cole.
Hold up. Wait just 1 second.
Oh,
This was kind of a huge shit show.
Yeah,
Take the mini
I can
back
tell.
here.
That was hilarious.
Take the mini back here.
So here they start pushing in. They use
very
Moira
low.
ult.
Very low. I'm very
Somber died. You killed their Somber, so now you have man
He's gonna have
advantage.
shatter. No
Oh
shield,
no.
3 seconds.
Maybe you
back
did
up.
die first.
Oh fuck. I'm purple.
Greg is low.
Hide.
Right, so Tesla
Oh,
goes
here
down.
comes. Oh,
Where Ash goes down as well, or Moira goes down. So
He
you're
charged
currently-
me.
Oh, I got
Uh,
The Ryan
Right,
was
okay. And then Ryan popped off. So
Zarya's, oh my god, this
Well, I
So
didn't
you're
have
still
shift.
even. You're 3v3 at this point.
you guys got it.
we're like in
Nice.
such a bad position.
Help
But
base.
they have
Here we go,
DPS,
here we go.
we have healers. 2 healers.
Yeah.
Well, they
And then
we
I
had a
still
hog.
got
We
it.
just weren't together. The hog probably
Yeah.
could have helped
Hog,
the
Hog was
healers.
back by the lamppost, and everyone else was at cart.
Right.
I didn't even know Hog was alive still.
Hog also got anti though, and he was like super low, so like there wasn't a lot we could have done.
Well, Andy
Unless
pressed
we
Q.
just-
Yeah, he also
did,
did
but
press
I
Q
mean,
on like
they were-
no HP and purple, so
Yeah.
you know. So can we just admire the fucking freight
Back up,
train
back-
that comes out of literally the bottom right side of the screen and gets a pin on our Orisa?
Little
Can we just
Naruto.
admire this?
3, 2, 1.
Brrrr.
Yeah,
Oh, I
that's
got hit
unfortunate.
right
Oh.
Yeah, that's just plain
Oh, he didn't
unlucky.
do any damage on you though.
No, he did. It ended
'Cause-
in the perfect time.
You're-
Right.
Yeah, just you.
I still died.
Just
but-
the fact that he landed that is
Let's hold on.
retarded.
Yeah.
You can do monkey. I'll do. Or actually, I need to do monkey. I guess. Is that cool, Ace?
Yeah, sure. Sure, do what you want.
So there's Sombra's setting up for EMP here. She's definitely
Wait,
looking
what?
for it.
So
I
this
think
is
I
where the
kinda
call was
repeated.
made to
Well,
kind of do dive.
Can you get back?
hmm
Grant, sorry, go ahead.
What means?
So in this situation, you have 3 people that can stop EMP from working. You have Sombra with her EMP. with her EMP. You have Meme with his ult, and you have Bap with his immortality field. So the first person that should automatically be hiding is Zen. So when they start pushing in, Zen should start playing slightly away from the enemy team. And then yeah. And then another thing to train on, whoever's going to be playing Baptiste, work on your reaction time. When you see the Sombra teleporter coming in, throw your immortality field straight up into the air.
Okay.
Reason being, when it's traveling through the air, it cannot be affected by EMP. It is a projectile and will not stop. So when it lands, it will still activate and won't be hacked.
Same with Origin Shield.
Yes, if you throw it at the ground as it's happening, it's going to get hacked and it's going to become useless. So throw it. Work on getting your reaction time to looking straight up and just throwing it straight up. So when she pops, it comes down and you now have immortality field.
Okay.
And then Zen should be automatically playing slightly away from the team, like around a corner. Right there, it happens. Zen, you probably would have been better off standing towards the back side of this area. Like, if you see where the wood leads down screen,
Yeah, to that.
follow that into that room, and you should be hanging out in that room, because you're not going for damage, you have your ult, you're going for healing at this point. So your whole main thing is like, I'm playing slightly away, waiting for EMP to come out, we're just kind of biding my time, yada yada.
Yep, I agree.
So your whole goal here is literally just play in that little room and don't get affected by EMP. Because now you're at 50 HP and you don't get to pop Zen ult.
Brian's Discord, by the way.
So Meme,
Brian's have.
if you don't get punished here, I will shit myself.
I'll figure it.
Oh, I do.
Okay. And you understand that was not a good place to stand?
Oh yeah, no, I realized like the first thing I thought was like, holy shit, this is bad positioning.
Okay.
Alright, it's fine, it's fine. Free state.
Few stuff points.
Might get that one. Yeah.
I think like my logic was like, oh, I can get behind their shield and
I
do
think
one
we
down.
win this if I'm not mistaken.
Do you actually?
I don't think so.
Long
Do we?
no,
Shit
I'm pretty
myself.
sure we did.
I don't think we
Or was it like a quick play game or something?
Might have been another game. You're thinking.
What are y'all talking about? Help.
Because there was one where it was like
Well,
1v6 and we just stalled and we actually won.
It's just
right at
regroup.
the end of the.
Was it on a 2CP?
No, it was this map. It was that point. It might have just been like
You
a
think Dive's good for this?
quick play game.
I think Cole made the good. Oh wait, there is. Wait, something on me?
What are we doing?
This Ash is just
Nice.
hunting for a wake
Just
right
regroup?
now.
Yeah, I know, and I'm just because
And then we'll
Yeah, I think Dive's good.
I may
think
have
Dive's
said
good.
hello.
She literally
behind
threw
Ash.
her dynamite and then went in and started
I may
firing.
have said hello behind her by accident. On purpose.
Toxic.
Why? Why?
Toxic.
Why?
Why hello?
Mind
She said
games,
boop.
dude.
She said boop, not hello. Dang it.
No. I'm looking at Aftershock's thick booty in the fucking chat. Really? God damn it. Anyways, and this is something that you should be doing as well. Whenever you know that there is an enemy Sombra, whoever has the best means of looking for the Sombra should be Sombra checking. Which means that should be your Winston. No, actually no, it should be your Diva. You have a Diva. Diva should be doing that. You should be spraying fucking everywhere. Just vomit pellets in every direction at all times.
Wait, there's Aftershock's booty, and then there's Aftershock's.
And he's not here. He's not here, but
Oh,
I'm recording this, so hopefully he'll watch it.
Oh, rip.
Okay.
EMP for next fight.
Alright.
Oh, so I can give Grant
Dive, rip, I'm asleep. Wait.
Yeah.
things to work on.
Yeah.
I was not doing that.
Grant told me that his internet's
Ready?
shit, but he'll watch
You
the
gotta go
video.
now 'cause they're getting so
Wait
much
for
point.
EMP.
Okay.
Wait for EMP. I'm almost back. Sombra top left or top
He's
right.
gonna
Top right.
So
Look at that
Bob
Ryan
comes
just
in.
charging.
Sombra.
Ooh.
I'm transient
Where
this.
the fuck was that EMP?
There's a ball behind.
I was right over where the payload. We're good.
No, okay, no, that was their EMP, not ours.
Yeah, that was theirs.
I was like, why the fuck are we popping all the way back there?
I think Summer's behind you guys.
So you actually end up winning this fight.
I can't.
Yeah.
Diva, you should not be taking a fight against Azaria.
Sombra's behind.
I'm looking.
Oh
Yeah,
god,
if you,
what?
if you even see a high charge Zarya, you should avoid her like the Black Plague. Ace isn't here, is he?
He has bomb.
No, but hopefully he'll watch this
PvP
too.
bomb.
I'm half.
We almost lose this.
Oh.
You have no more.
Oh yeah, you're super close. And then
Guys, fucking
fucking
jumped on
Okay, I'm just gonna
Got a touch.
yeah, Monkey
Gotta stay
Kid
on.
comes
Ryan's
out of
Discord,
fucking
Ryan's
nowhere.
Discord.
Nice EMP.
He'll heals, he'll heals.
If they don't counter pop here, I'll be surprised. He died to me. No, he didn't.
Don't let him back up.
What the hell is
there?
there-
Sombra.
What is
I'm
their
gonna go
Sombra
Torb to
doing?
help with the Sombra because the turret will help. Dings attacks.
Oh, they're coming back with every ult in the game to win this, aren't they?
Okay,
Yeah.
so this fight, what are they gonna
So
have?
this,
Probably gonna have
if they lose this, this is a great example of, at the end of the game, neither team should have any ultimates up.
They might have bomb
I'm
again.
gonna stay out.
If you know it's the last fight,
I'll
you should
stay out,
pop
stay out,
every
I'll
ultimate you
transfer
have
too.
to try and win the
Okay.
fight. And that is the only time where you can be somewhat
stay
reckless.
here.
Oh, right. I swapped the
got her.
Torb here for
So
the
that was
side
really
check, so she
good
couldn't
by
get hacks
Grant.
off.
That was unlucky.
Ryan low, no
He
Torb.
just so happened to shoot in the direction of her and killed
Yeah, that's
the
a
Sombra.
really good idea.
I don't
Nice.
think so.
I'm gonna transit to on the
We
point.
have
I'm
to
gonna touch
Okay,
point.
so you're popping ults when you get them. That's good. You're using them.
Get their Zarya, get their Zarya, get their
Getting
Zarya, get
picks,
their trans.
which is exactly what you
Nice,
should be doing.
nice.
So Remok now should pop
And
as
then we
well.
almost see
I'm staying
9.
on point.
Point still, I'm point
So she
still.
wants to-
We're just kind of
everyone
waiting this
should be
like
popping.
that.
Sombra's going behind.
Yeah, I mean it's unnecessary at that point.
I've got a.
Oh, I
last fight.
mistook the sign.
We need to watch out for
My
Grant, I
bad.
guess.
Or the time on the clock.
I'm actually.
So
Should
you
I
actually
just
are
jump
saving.
in, push him back?
Monkey, you should be
Yeah.
jumping in
Careful.
just about now using your ult. Exactly
Ryan
that.
Shadow,
Yeah, I
he's
pressed
half,
Q.
he's half.
The EMP comes out.
I'm dead.
Yeah, they're popping. If Zarya saves her ult,
Ryan's
okay. We're good.
I'm gonna play Baptiste here.
Wait, we're red still. I'm retarded. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they popped all their ults. Somehow they
I'm
didn't.
gonna die.
Yeah, no,
Call
we just
target.
won that.
You wanna show us your oh my god.
The huge turret plays.
Torb's actually fucking insane. And then
Still
Torb
bad.
pops his ult too! Nice job! Fuck yeah.
Kraken
To be
Skulls.
fair, I popped it as soon as I got it.
Exactly, that is what you should do. Thank you. Wait, Kraken Skulls wins?
I
What?
didn't change
we
the
are
team
Kraken
name.
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, like, wait a second.
I didn't change.
Oh, is this not RF Kraken?
No, I told you. This is like a scrub cup, like not a real team.
Oh, then I know Tesla from somewhere else then.
We've played
Or
with him before, I think. Like you've played with us with him.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Remember Coco Dust Coco? That
Oh, that's where I'm remembering him from. Oh, then never mind. Completely
Yeah.
forget everything that I said about
Yeah.
fucking being weary about strategies. They're not gonna be in fucking.
Right.
They're not gonna be in the Rose League.
Yeah.
My bad. Well, good job. You kind of shit on these guys.
But that is
First.
good advice to not use strategies against teams that we might see.
If something becomes seamless, you shouldn't be using it every single time because the other teams are gonna be picking up on it.
All right, now we can go to
So-
the custom game. Sorry. That
Yes,
ended up being
I'm
a
gonna
long
run
one.
to the restroom real quick.
wait, why are you going to the game?
Austin was wanting to show us some strats he was looking at. Or mad scientist.
I think we need some strats for attacks. Look at like a lot of our strats. All
I think that's what he
we
was
got-
looking at.
You have a junk. Attack.
The Junkertown
Yeah.
strat, by the way, I've used it in competitive with a few guys from this team and then like few randoms. It works seamlessly every single time.
He's pretty, not gonna lie.
Now random people in random company.
I'm trying to accept it. My screen's being dumb.
also, guys.
Oh, Waker's not
fucking
in game.
Washington. Did you guys see the fucking win of Washington Justin?
It was
Or
actually
owing to
disgusting.
Vancouver?
Makes
Actually disgusting.
Dude, they spawn held on Havana first point for 3 minutes.
I'm back.
Actually nasty.
They literally popped ults to get out of spawn.
Did you see the video I linked away?
Can you get on Overwatch?
I put in the regular channel.